Yo. What's up, everybody? Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's going on? Wick, what's up? Gamer, what's up? My dudes and dudesettes, what's up, guys? Another beautiful day. Hopefully, fireworks are over. Yo, check it out. We got new artwork up. Yeah. Or break just by, reflection. But, we deal. We deal. I used to get scared a lot. Walk into a room with a mirror, basically just collapsed me, dude. You been drinking that haterade, huh, Wick? Been drinking that haterade this morning, dude? Stick to those smoothies, buddy. What's up, guys? It's good to see you. Good morning, good morning. Dude, I think so. Yesterday sucked, man. The storm knocked power out, and I wasn't sure if it was worth pulling the stream back up, if it was going to happen again. We were dealing with storms all day, and it knocked power out, and I was like, we're just going to keep it down. So I think we might be finishing up the Planescape playthrough today, maybe. If we do, we will go either just play some random mode time already, by the way. If we do, no way! Yo, I won! Ah! Let's go, dude! Let's go. All right. I win. Get wrecked.
Now that we're friends again, is it okay if I pet you?
Quick. Nice. Thanks, dude.
Wick 6634 just resubscribed for 7 months. I love my bed, but I'd rather be in yours.
Oh, dude, I appreciate it, man. Oh, you're wild, bro. Yo, thanks so much for the 7 months, dude. Incredible. Thanks, buddy. Thanks. Yo, who's been up in here that doesn't have a sub, man? Dang it. I don't know. Well, we'll see. We'll see who shows up today that might not have a sub, and I'll hook somebody up. That's awesome, dude. I won again. The more you play, the more you win. You know what I'm saying? Or the better the chances are of you winning, anyways. There it is, dude. It feels good. Starting the day off right. Okay, man. Very nice. Very nice. I need to do something real quick, guys. Rigged? Yo, thanks again, buddy. I appreciate it. Dude, 7 months and just the gift subs and stuff are just incredible, man. I don't really know how to thank you. It's quite often puts me at a loss for words. Did you have good days off, buddy? Wick, how were your days off, dude? Hopefully awesome, man. You definitely deserved them, man. 1 second, guys. I needed to do something real quick I forgot to do last night. Wait, for real? Oh, that's weird. Okay. No? For real? Oh, god dang, dude. Can we just win, please? Yo, can Wick get a win? Anybody? I'm sorry, man. Maybe send me a DM and we can. I got a shoulder, dude. You can't see it, but it's invisible ink, but your name's tattooed on there. You got a shoulder right here for you, buddy. I'm here for you. 1 second, guys. So we're gonna do day 12 of Planescape Torment, and then we should be hopping our way into Witcher moving forward. Witcher 3. I think we'll probably get through Planescape today. But we'll see. If we get through and we still have time to mess around today, I don't know, man. We'll play some cherry on top of me not winning. Dude, I would have given you the sub. I know it's not maybe the full, but I would have given you the sub, dude. As many subs as you've given in this channel, I totally would have given you the sub. I still will. You want it? I'll give you your next sub. I absolutely will. 1 second. Sorry, guys. I'm almost finished here. You don't want the dang sub? Aw, man. You're so upset. Dude, I don't want you to be upset, buddy. All right. I think we got it here. There we go. All right. All right. I think we're good. Cool. Sorry, guys. It just keeps getting better and better, doesn't it, buddy? Better and better. Yo, what am I doing? Jeez. Jeez, dude. Rage, man. Let's get into this gaming news. Yo, you let me know what I can do to make things better for you, okay? Let me know. Let me know what I can do. I know, dude. Brutal. Brutal. Yo, it's good to see you guys. Wick, I'm sorry, man. I know. I know. I am interested to know why your time off was so bad. Not to bring up bad stuff, but maybe just to let you vent a little bit. I don't know. I don't know. If you don't want to talk about it, that's cool. But I'm here for you, buddy. Know that. Know that. Let's get into this. Video gaming news, man. Look at that. That's Wick's explosion. The explosion. Thanks again, buddy. I appreciate it, man. BioWare confirms that Mary DeMarle will work on the next Mass Effect. Okay. Let's take a quick glance. Lollipop Chainsaw remake coming in 2023. Bro, for real? God, that's brutal, man. I'm sorry, dude. I think I just spilled coffee on myself. It's quite possible. Hold on real quick. Apparently, I've got a hole in my lip. Yeah. We'll blame Pinky. We'll blame Pinky. That works. But we're good. We're good. Just a little bit, but white shirt. So, try to make sure it doesn't stain there. Yeah. Dude, I feel so bad for you. That sucks. Ugh. Yeah. Yeah. Dude. Again, I mean, not trying to dig back into things we've already spent a lot of time talking about and stuff, but I knew that was going to come up today. I mean, I just assumed that there would be more public shootings, public violence, uh, because of so many celebrations happening yesterday. And pretty disappointed, man. Pretty disappointed. Um, and there's like it, the thing that like it's really scary. So I mean, my family, unfortunately, like me and my wife and kids, we've gotten to the point where we don't go to public events anymore. We haven't for years now because it's been scary to us for a while. Um, so we haven't really gone to public events for quite a while now, for fear of things like that happening. Um, it's one of the other reasons why we decided to homeschool our kids. Um, can you always protect yourselves from everything? No, but with the way it feels in this country and the severe degrading of society and the constant violence that is happening and the ease of access to high powered weapons and things like that, that just makes it easy for people to commit random acts of public violence. We've just been taking as many precautions as we can to take ourselves out of that situation, you know? Hey man, I'm actually pretty good at science and math, all right? But I can get kind of intense. I'm not ever going to say I'm the best teacher in the world, but I can tell you that I'm definitely not the worst teacher in the world. And I'll say this, there is absolutely no way I could be a public school teacher. I've said that my entire life. I have the utmost respect for public school teachers. I could not do it, dude. I don't have the patience. I don't have the patience to deal with that many kids at one time. I'd probably end up in jail. I'd probably end up doing something terrible to somebody's kid or somebody, you know. Like I just don't have the patience for people and their ignorance and uh, I don't deal with other people's crap very well. I've gotten better about it as I've gotten older, but I don't have a whole lot of patience for other people's crap. But as far as just like doing the homeschool stuff with the kids, uh, my wife's much better than I am. I can handle just like homeschooling my kids. Yeah. But I mean, honestly, it's like, um, and look, I've been, I have a family member that was a victim of a school shooting. All right. So, um, it's something that I've had to deal with on a personal level. So, the fact that I've had to deal with it on a personal level, as far as just having to see this kind of stuff happen every single day, we decided that it was with input from our kids as well, something that made sense for us to try to do in order to keep our kids safe, man, keep our family safe. Unfortunately, I mean that's where our country is right now. You know, see it again last night, man. You know, people just go out, shoot each other. It's insane, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. I mean, I got something for you though, gamer. If you can pay attention here. Uh, Second, man. Hey, what? Oh, no way. Oh, it got taken down. No way. It got deleted. Feels bad. I mean, not to like make light of the situation we're in or anything, but uh, it was like a post I saw somebody that was like, no, it was actually a post that somebody had put on Imager, and it was like, holy crap, Canada, get it together, and it was like Canada's rioting, right? And it literally was just like somebody's like, it was like a street cam, and there was somebody in Canada, or it was supposed to be Canada, standing next to a garbage can, and they like pushed it over, and that's all it was. That's like Canada's rioting, as opposed to like what's going on in my country. You know what I mean? Uh, Not to make light of what's going on here, because there's definitely a lot of issues going on in America and the U.S. that isn't anything to make fun of or joke about or anything like that. I'm very passionate about it, but I saw that, and I was like, I think Mamzelle and Syke and Gamer would probably get a nice laugh out of that. So I favorited it, but apparently the post has been taken down. I'm guessing maybe they got a bunch of flack for posting something like that whenever all this other stuff is going on right now. But I found it pretty, look, as far as I'm concerned, you have to find, humor is one of the best things in the world, to help in dire times. And although it's not always easy to find humor, especially in very trying times, I saw it and I was like, dude, that would probably be pretty good to show them. So, but it got taken down, dude. I favorited it. I just pulled it up, and apparently it's deleted. But I was thinking of you guys. I was like, no way, because whenever I saw it last night, I was like, no way, dude. There's like rioting in Canada too, and it was just this video. And this guy's just standing there. You can only see the back of the guy, but he's just standing there, and he like looks down. And he's like standing next to this like trash bin, and he just reaches over and he just like pushes it over, and he just stands there. That's all it was. It was just one person, nobody else around. Canada rioting. Yeah. Red Dead Redemption 2 overhaul mod revamps the game's world. All right, we'll take a look at that too. We'll see if any of these are worth. We'll skim them. We talked about this already. Pulling support for Ubisoft games. If you didn't catch this, I'm gonna throw this in chat real quick. That way you guys can take a look. Okay. There are a number of games that their online support is being pulled for Ubisoft. You can probably get a list out of that. That's the way it goes, though. Eventually, games their online support will get pulled, whether it be 2 or 3 years after the game's released or 15 to 20 years after it's released. At some point, almost always, a game will end up ending its online support. All Yakuza titles on Game Pass as 3 return to the service. Okay, cool. The Yakuza games are games that I've always wanted to take a dive into, and I never have. I've never found the time to get into them, but they're supposed to be very, very good games. Ugh. Oh, Inscription's rated for PS4 in Australia, dude. Sick. Inscription's such a good game. All right, let's see what else we got. GTA 4 fans delivered bad news by Rockstar Games Insider. Let's see what that's about. Okay. We like to support our indie devs, okay? So I'm going to bring up this. I don't always do lists in the news section, but occasionally I will. I'm going to pull this up real quick, and we'll just see if there are any of these indie games that we're not aware of, okay? That way, maybe we can support some indie devs real quick. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. It's such a. I mean, to be honest, like with what the 4th is supposed to be a celebration of and everything, and I talked about this yesterday. I absolutely did not do any kind of celebrating last night, and I don't know honestly how anybody else in this country feels like they can celebrate freedoms right now. With the multitude of issues that we have, I saw all kinds of posts last night where they had like 4th of July baseball games, minor league baseball games that were being held. They had legit like sniper nests set up by like SWAT teams and stuff around the stadiums. You know, if you're going to go to like an event that's supposed to be fun, you can't even go there and feel safe anymore. You got to have, you know, basically military around is basically what it is. Law enforcement, heavy duty law enforcement, to try to make people feel safe at events anymore and stuff. What is this place turning into, man? You know, but you know, good luck getting anything done about it. I'll continue to be as much of a voice as I can be for change in this country. I tweeted last night and was like, how about instead of us wasting a bunch of money on fireworks that don't actually do anything for anybody, we actually try to put that money towards, you know, civil rights foundations or charities. And
Now that we're friends again, is it okay if I pet you?
Yo, Psych, thanks, dude. Thanks, man. Ban Psych, yeah, for sure.
Just
or even like
for
towards helping
Ukraine
Ukraine
I was dyslexic
get,
when
you know,
I went
win
to
their
a
war
toga
against
party dressed as a
Russia and
goat.
gain their freedom. You know, I realized I was dyslexic when I went to a toga party dressed as a goat. What a quote there from Psych. What's up, buddy? How are you, dude? Yo, I was just talking about you, man. Just that I found a post about. I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing all right. You see our new piece of art we got put up? We got new art, man. I found I found a post last night. It's since been deleted. Well, it was because it was about Canada, and it was like something. The headline was like, "Yeah, but I got it hung now. It's hung up now." That's what I'm saying. It was along the lines of like, "Holy crap!" You know, even Canada is dealing with riots now. You know, and the video was like this, like video of like a street. You know what I mean? It was a camera that was on a street. Stop. Where's the Kappa, dude? And it just had this guy. There was only one person on the street, and he was like standing next to this garbage bin, and he just like looks over at it real quick and just grabs it and pushes it over, and that was it. And that was like Canada rioting. I saved it, man, but it got deleted overnight, I guess, by whoever posted it. And so I couldn't actually show anybody. Yeah, I was like dying. I was like, Mamzelle and Gamer and Psych are going to love this, dude. So I saved it, but I can't show anybody because it got deleted by whoever posted it. Look, I'm going to pull this up. We talked about this already, but I think this is a good thing for people to support here. So I'm going to pull it back up. We talked about Samsung's Cloud TV gaming hub stuff. That's cool. All right. Psych and Wick, guys, thanks so much for the subs, the resubs, man. It's incredible. Long time resubs, man. It's nuts. I like that you guys come in with the resubs on the same day too. And you guys are always saying ban each other. That's funny. Yo, I won a rando mode this morning too. So I'm going to give somebody a sub today. Right off the bat, rando mode. Put it in there and won. It was awesome. Actually, give me 1 second. I'm gonna snip that out real quick. You're wild, Wick. Cool, we got it. Sorry. Thanks, guys. Boop. Oh, yeah. Game, what is Twitch linked with as far as paying for the subs go? What do you mean, like, as far as, like, how does it get to me or whatever? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, that's psych. I didn't even think about that. That's crazy, man. Good memory, man. Wild. Or like, how does anybody do their subs? There are different ways you can do it. I think the most popular way is PayPal. I think that's the most popular way to do it. But you can literally, I think, just do it with any kind of. Can you still do it with any kind? I've done it with PayPal for so long now that I don't know. Yeah, I mean, PayPal is a way. Do you guys know if you can still hold on. Yeah, there's like I think you can use just here, dude. I got you, buddy. You can use just like credit cards, stuff like that too. I think it's safer if you actually use, not that it's unsafe, but as with anything, using like a I think PayPal's usually considered to be kind of a more safe application to use, stuff like that. But I think this might help a little bit. I don't know. Let me see here. I haven't dug into it. Who's OF? That might help, gamer. That might help. You might have to look at that. But I've had a PayPal account forever, and that's just what I've always used anytime to sub to anybody. Yeah. Yeah. But you can set up all kinds of different ways to pay on there and stuff. There are all kinds of ways. All right, let's see. Yeah, we talked about that. Nintendo is the Apple of gaming. Yeah, they kind of are. Yeah, they absolutely are. Gamer. Oh, dude. OnlyFans. Sayek's been trying to get me to start an OnlyFans, dude, for like ever. Or it's been like, I would call it a meme, but at this point, I don't know if it's actually a meme anymore. All right. Pivot here on our search. This is just wild. No, that's what I'm saying. No, I take it back. I mean, I'm working on it. It's in the works. No memes. No memes. I got you, buddy. This is so wild. Video game industry to decline year on year. We've already seen the video game industry has declined from what is the video games fiscal year is the shake weight jam is perfect, isn't it? That worked out so well. The video game industry has declined. It is still very profitable. The profit that it saw from 2020 to 2021 was significant, but it has seen about a, I don't know, 15 to 20% decline in profit from 2021 to 2022. But it's weird to like, it's like, oh, the video game industry is declining. And then everybody's like, oh, but video games are recession proof. And it's like, you guys don't make any sense, man. We've talked about this. What is that? Like Law 96 or whatever in Quebec, right? Where they're saying that basically you have to speak French if you're gonna come in and work any kind of industry. If you're gonna come in and work in Quebec, you've gotta speak French. Basically, isn't that the play there? Yeah, yeah, yep. We did. Mm-hmm. Yeah, are you aware of this, Psych? Yeah, we hit on this. I think it was like Thursday or Friday of last week's news segment. Yeah. Yeah, me and Mamzelle talked about it a lot. It might have been middle of last week. Right at the end of June. Yep. Yeah, me and Mamzelle talked about it a lot. I had no idea this was even a thing until it came up in the news, and then she was like, "Yeah, this drives me crazy because this is, that's right. She's from there, you know what I mean? That's where she's at, right?" And yeah. So, I mean, do you want to give me your take on it? We can hash it out a little bit further. I'm all about that. My thing, I think the consensus that we came to was that, um, you know, promoting your culture of your country or where you're from and stuff like that is good, but promoting it in a way where it is embracing people to come be a part of it and learn it is the good way to do it, as opposed to promoting it in a way where it shuts other people out. That sucks, and that's what it feels like they're doing. Almost is like shutting other people out, like instead of giving them a decent amount of time to come in and be like, okay, if you don't speak French, you're going to have to, we're going to provide opportunity for you to learn it and ample time to incorporate you into French as who we are as French speakers and it being part of our culture. And instead they're like, well, you got like 6 months. If you're not basically fluent or something, you're done, get out. That's the way it came off, anyways, in the article we saw. And it seems like that's kind of what Mamzelle was kind of getting across too. I mean, but let me know. We only read one article on it. I'm not going to dive back into it because we already have. This is just basically the same thing, but let me know what your take is on it, Psych. Yo, how long until you're bouncing on your next trip, dude? Yeah, we've talked about that. Okay. Well, and I mean, don't quote me on exactly what Mamzell's take on it was because I don't want to be putting words in her mouth. Indy on the 29th, sick, dude. Super excited. I bet. Do you need the link? You need me to link you that that article, or are you just gonna pull one up? Oh, reading the actual law. Okay, yeah. And see, I didn't dive into that either, so I might have missed some stuff there. Yeah, yeah. So let me know. Yeah, thanks, buddy. Um, EA criticized for mocking people who only like single player games. This was great. I loved this. We talked about it though, so I'm not going to jump into it. TLDR, basically EA was like knocking people for not for only liking single player games, yet they can't come out with a good multiplayer game, and their best games of late, past half decade, are only single player games. Well, the way of the world right now, isn't it? Yeah, yeah, the way of the world. That was just the impression I got from the one article I read. So, and from what Mamzelle was kind of, the impression I got from her was that it did seem like it was maybe keeping people away from wanting to come to Quebec, in her opinion. It seems like, if I remember correctly. Um, maybe once Mamzelle gets here, we'll get her take on it again. But let me know. You're actually reading the exact like law and all that stuff, whereas we just got what was put in an article. So don't forget, go get your free games on Amazon Prime Gaming if you've got Prime, right? You've got roughly 25 free indie games out there right now that you can go and grab. And what do we got? About 8 more days left, roughly. I think it's the 12th to the 13th. The Amazon Prime is going to switch over to having roughly like 25 new games be free, headlined by Mass Effect Legendary Edition, okay? Oh, oh, oh. Oh, really? Oh, oh. Huh, huh. The thing that, the thing, the thing that I find just so rough about, when you talk about, and I get why Quebec, did that. They don't want people in position of power, um, you know, necessarily having their religious views or whatever take over what they're supposed to be as like a public figure of power or whatever, right? Um, I think that's part of what that probably was. The thing that sucks, man, is that people can't just, um, for the most part, most times people can't just accept the fact there are many other religions in the world and people don't believe the same thing and just be okay with it as long as you're good people. And that's the thing that I find so terribly frustrating about the world and people is that, and it's the same thing with like the abortion rights stuff here in the U.S. Yeah, 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 yeah. Right. Yeah. No, I get it, dude. I get it. Um, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to like the abortion rights stuff and this play, I'm totally dissociating myself from my own like, religious beliefs and views and stuff like that. I'm trying to, I'm taking an actual worldwide view of this and how anybody could feel on the matter. And the fact of the matter is that not everybody feels the same way. Not everybody has the exact same viewpoint. And when it comes down to it, if your religious views or spiritual beliefs or whatever put you in a situation where you don't feel like abortion is something that should be taken, you know, you should be taking part in, don't take part in it, right? But not everybody feels that way, you know? And so ultimately, for the people that, and every issue's got has its own different variables and ins and outs and its own kind of rabbit hole to dive into and stuff. But to basically take what some people view as being bad, and which is also viewed as a like healthcare, right? And just say, well, we're going to put it down to the state level, and then have half the states go, well, you guys can't, you can't have access to this. That is, in my opinion, very much a. And I know we got off topic here, and we've talked about this too much, but it's a taking away people's rights. You know, whenever basically it should just be available. If you don't believe it's something that you should, that doesn't align with your beliefs and views, and whether it be spiritual or religious or what have you, don't partake in it. Nobody's twisting your arm to go be a part of it. Just don't be a part of it. You know. But everybody wants to make other people's business their business as well, and they can't just let other people have different beliefs and views and be different than them. They need to go, oh, that's no, you can't do that. That's not what I believe. I don't believe that. I don't think what you're doing is right. So I'm going to get up in your business and make sure that I can do everything possible to take away your access to that. Because that's just, I don't think that's right. I don't think that's right. Again, and each individual issue and subject and they all have their own variables and rabbit holes to dive into and stuff. So, but and I'll stop there. We've talked about it enough at this point. But eye tracking firm confirms Sony has licensed its tech for their VR. It appears cool. What? Read about that. Excuse me. We've read about that. We've talked about this as well, and this. All right, let's go to our last page here. No, they are not. You know who's to blame for gun violence? The people behind the gun and the government that allows everybody to own one. How about that? How about that take? But hey, in before all the news agencies, okay? Because of we had two more, at least two more major public shootings last night in my country. What was it? One in Chicago and one in Philly. Yeah. In before the rest of the news outlets and agencies do this again. How much do you want to bet they start trying to blame video games for it again? This actually looks pretty cool. We read about this yesterday, right? Classic RPG Rogue Trader will explore. This is like the new strategy, turn-based strategy Warhammer game that's coming out, and it seems pretty cool, man. Oh yeah, Summer Games Done Quick raised over $3 million for Doctors Without Borders, man. It's pretty awesome. GDQ is amazing, amazing. Such a cool organization, always doing so much for charity, man. And I cannot promote GDQ enough. It's such a great. They've got a Twitch channel. They've got a YouTube channel. You can go watch their reruns. It's really cool. They finally got to hold their the first in-person GDQ since I think 2020, was it? I think 2020. And it's really cool, man. Getting to watch people speedrun all kinds of games. They always have a schedule out so you know what's going to be run when, and you can tune in when you want. But just watching all the speedrunning and people being a part of such an amazing, just organized event for people that love video games, you know, is and it's just all for charity. It's such a cool thing. Talked about Technoblade. Yep. I feel so young, dude. Uh the big C dude sucks so bad. We looked at this yesterday, the Arrowfell trailer. It might be. It didn't necessarily appeal to me all that much, but it might be some people's cup of tea, I guess. It didn't look bad. It just wasn't something that really necessarily appealed to me all that much. Yeah, we got that up. And we saw this yesterday as well. What we were talking about, the new Silent Hill teaser trailer. It was basically only like a 13, 14 second long trailer, if that. And it was like, you know, the whole Silent Hill, like when the sirens go off and stuff kind of like starts peeling away and flaking away. That kind of happened, and it like revealed like June 14th or something. And Konami didn't officially confirm that was their like their doing or anything. But it's starting to look like maybe in about 9 days we're going to get some kind of official confirmation come out. We've had so many unofficial confirmations of Silent Hill, new Silent Hill coming. We might finally be getting an official. Okay, let's just stick with what we have right here for news today. Okay, BioWare confirms that Mary DeMarle will work on the next Mass Effect. Project director at BioWare, Michael Gamble, has taken to Twitter to confirm that the newest addition to the team, Mary DeMarle, will be contributing to the next Mass Effect as senior narrative director. This follows the news that DeMarle had joined EA Studio BioWare after having previously worked on Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy and Deus Ex as a narrative designer. The next entry in Mass Effect series is yet to be fully detailed, but Gamble seemed excited as he took to Twitter to confirm that DeMarle would be part of the Mass Effect team, saying, Oh, hey, I'm really excited to let you know that Mary will be joining the Mass Effect team as senior narrative director. Fans of the series agree as replies are littered with compliments and thanks, some saying they cannot wait to see what's in store for the next Mass Effect, and sending congratulations to Mary on joining the team. Development as... Excuse me. Development of the as yet unnamed sequel reportedly began in April of this year, although most of the team is currently otherwise engaged working on Dragon Age Dreadwolf, which releases next year. Following the difficulties faced using EA's Frostbite engine, it had been reported that the tentatively titled Mass Effect 4 will be using UE5. Let's hope. UE5 looks amazing. Accompanied by tomorrow's arrival to the team, this should make for a vast improvement to the next installment in the Mass Effect series. Although it's going to be a while before we get any major updates on its progress. Okay, do we have... Yeah, we have the Red Dead 2 mod up stuff, so we'll read about that. So there we go. Mass Effect 4, whatever they're going to call it. There's some news there. Lollipop Chainsaw remake coming in 2023. The game will apparently recreate the 2012 original. That's basically Harley Quinn, right? Is that who that is? I never played Lollipop. Publisher Dragami Games has announced that it's developing a remake of cult classic Lollipop Chainsaw, with many of the original developers returning. The game's original producer, Yoshima Yasuda, will return alongside a combination of development staff from the original version, including Yasuda as producer and new development staff from Dragami Games. Due out in 2023, no platforms have been announced for the game as of yet. According to IGN, this version of the game will recreate the original with a more realistic approach to graphics and new music, as the licenses for some of the 16 tracks in the 2012 game are no longer in effect. Despite being called a remake on multiple occasions, it's currently unclear exactly what form this version of Lollipop Chainsaw will take, and if it will release as more of a remaster with improved visuals and minor changes to the overall experience. As it's set to recreate the original, the other key differences are still unknown. Yasuda has said of the game's return, "We, the original development staff on Lollipop Chainsaw, think of the game as very precious to us and did not want to leave it in limbo where players who want to play it cannot. As such, we purchased the Lollipop Chainsaw intellectual property from Kadokawa Games and decided to develop a remake. We have already contacted Warner Bros. About development and are being supported by them in this endeavor." Cool! Originally headed by Suda51, Lollipop Chainsaw is a hack and slash action game featuring a cheerleader that fights zombies. It only ever released on PS3 and Xbox 360, never coming to PC, and never being available as a backwards compatible title. Back in June, it was confirmed that Dragami Games bought the rights to Lollipop Chainsaw, with Yasuda saying the game was back, and now we know how. Okay. Yeah, super Harley Quinn looking, right? Well, cool. We'll see what's to come with Lollipop Chainsaw then. Red Dead Redemption 2 overhaul mod revamps the game's world. Cities are now more densely populated and have better NPC interactions too. A new mod for RDR2 has changed the entire game on PC as it improves the wildlife, weather, character systems, and much more. Modder number 12 has created Vestigia, which is a mammoth new overhaul of the entire game and has been in the works for over a year. Improvements include the weather, wildlife, NPC behavior systems, and more, which is sure to make RDR2 feel even more real. Creator number 12 describes the mod as 4 mods in one, with each additional called a module. The weather systems allow changing temperatures and add in rain and sun transitions, meaning that torrential rain lasts longer and transforms more gradually into cloud and sun. The visual module focuses on the appearance of the weather over its actual behavior, as low clouds, dust storms, and fog coverings are now rendered in more detail, making the immersive nature of the world feel even more so. Flora has had some attention, meaning the forests have a thicker underbrush, and the terrain reacts to lead character Arthur's presence much more. For example, jumping into water will generate more bubbles, adding to the believability. The fourth module increases the pedestrian limit in towns or cities to 255 and adjusts their AI so they are more likely to interact and talk with one another. This level of NPC interaction is another step towards a more lived-in and realistic open world for RDR2 and will change the entire feel of the game in densely populated areas. Vestigia also adds more birds to the sky and ensures that animals will only spawn in realistic and sensible locations. Animal AI has been completely overhauled too to add to the realistic and immersive goals. You can download Vestigia for free to feel the massive refresh of the game for yourself. That's wild, man. Want to watch this real quick? Let's see this. I mean, RDR2 has always been known to have like amazing environment and stuff like that anyways, so making it even better, I can only imagine. That looks so cool, dude. I mean, that's what you want, though, right? That you want to look at a game and go, man, that looks like you can feel that, right? You can feel that weather. You want that. Cool. Looks good. All Yakuza titles on Game Pass as 3 return to the service. So every single game in the Yakuza franchise is currently on Xbox Game Pass, as 3 titles have made a return to the service. All of the games from the main series, not including spin-offs like Judgment, are currently on Game Pass, from the remake of the original Yakuza in 2005 to 2019's Like a Dragon. The 3 titles have been reintroduced to Game Pass are Zero, Kiwami, and Kiwami 2. All of the franchise titles on Game Pass are listed below. Yakuza 0, Kiwami, a remake of the 2005 original. Kiwami 2, a remake of the 2008 sequel. Yakuza 3, remastered, 4 remastered, 5 remastered, 6 Song of Life, and Yakuza Like a Dragon. Whilst some of these are technically prequels or remakes of classic titles, it now means that as of publication, every entry in the main franchise is on Game Pass. And this goes for all versions, including PC, Xbox One, and Xbox Series XS. Back in February, franchise creator Toshihiro Nagashi explained how his new team at Nagoshi Studio wants to approach making video games. When the team and I decided to start a new studio, we knew we'd be leaving the content we had previously been working on behind. But I also have a strong mental attitude and a lot of ideas I would like to try, which could even surpass my previous work. So I was confident that leaving the old series behind would afford the chance to try new things. There's still no confirmation as to what Nagoshi Studios' first game will be, but Nagoshi himself said it will include a high level of human drama. Okay. So there you go. All the Yakuza titles are on Game Pass at this point. Inscription is now rated for PS4 in Australia. Currently, it's only available on PC there. So the Australian Classification Board has rated Inscription for the PS4, but the game is currently only available on PC. According to the listing found here, Inscription was classified in the region on July 4th, yesterday, under media type. PlayStation 4 is then listed despite the fact that Inscription is only currently available on Windows, Linux, and Mac OS computer devices. Whilst not confirming a console release for Inscription, this classification listing heavily implies that the game will be coming to at least PS4, with other consoles potentially to follow as well. Developed by Daniel Mullins Games and published by Devolver, Inscription is described as a roguelike deck-building game with horror elements. It's amazing. If you like card games, give it a shot. We played it, a few months ago? Fantastic. Loved it. It blends these elements with escape room style puzzles and does so to help create a truly unique player experience. There's a demo available for the game on Steam for those that want to try Inscription before they buy as well. There's even a Pokemon fan game called Pocket Crystal League that takes direct inspiration from Inscription. What? Really? Oh, I think we saw this at one point. That's wild. Huh. Cool. The more you know. The free game uses Generations 1 and 2 of Pokemon and has players pick a deck team that they use to defeat gym leaders, strengthen cards, and even give them special abilities. Balancing can be a bit tricky at times, but I'm satisfied with the current level of difficulty overall, wrote the creator. The game is not supposed to be too easy, but challenging to a degree. Nevertheless, balance updates may happen if when needed. In other news, Monster Hunter Rise players are set to get free rewards this week as Capcom celebrates multiple sell milestones for the game and its expansion. Cool. GTA 4 fans delivered bad news by Rockstar Games Insider. A notable Rockstar Games Insider has today delivered some bad news for those who might be fans of GTA 4. In recent years, reports and rumors have circled suggesting that Rockstar would eventually release a remaster of GTA 4 at a time in the future for modern platforms. And while Rockstar itself never teased that such a remaster was in the works, it sounds like any plans for this project have now been scrapped. According to a Rockstar insider that goes by the name of Tez2, the longtime Grand Theft Auto developer has no intention to remaster both GTA 4 and the original RDR. Tez2 says that this information comes by way of a, quote, reliable source that says such remasters, quote, were on the table a few years ago, although Rockstar eventually decided not to move forward with porting either title to current gen platforms. While specifics of the situation weren't given, Tez2 notes that one of the reasons why Rockstar may have opted not to port GTA 4 and RDR is due to the poor response that was seen with GTA the Trilogy. Poor response because you did a terrible job of the remaster. At the end of 2021, Rockstar brought GTA 3, GTA Vice City, and GTA San Andreas to modern platforms with a bundle called the Definitive Edition. And while this news initially excited a number of fans, the remasters of all three titles were less than stellar, to say the least. Yeah, bugs, graphical problems, and numerous other issues plagued all three games to the point that Rockstar eventually apologized for its quality. Yeah, this was your fault, Rockstar. In light of this disastrous release, it seems that Rockstar is now potentially deciding not to mess with remasters at all. While we know that Rockstar is currently in the process of making GTA 6, it remains to be seen what the studio does between now and the game's release. Based on what we've heard in the past, GTA 6 might not launch until 2024 or 2025, which means that Rockstar fans could be in for a dry spell in the coming years. Yeah. So, stealth bully release then? Ten unknown indie games to wishlist right away. We've probably seen an amount of these. Polyvita? Existing on the midpoint of Tomb Raider Go and Monument Valley is Polyvita, a puzzle game where you rearrange the level's tiles to build your character's path. Okay. Ollie Frog Toad Skater. Oh, dude, I know what this is. Well, I do not feel neither frog nor toad kind will take kindly to this conflation. Ollie Frog Toad Skater looks like the cutest skateboarding game. Cuter even than Skatebird. The emphasis here is to be on improvisation and self-expression, and it's currently in a pretty precarious position with its Kickstarter. 2/3 there, 1 week to go. Cool. Tower Escape. Card game. With a name that sounds like it should already be a genre, Tower Escape is instead a combination of two others. Reverse Tower Defense and Snake, but you didn't see that coming. You play as the creatures attempting to get past the defenses who follow the pattern of your snake from the start of each tower level to descending stairs. Wild. It's coming to Steam next year, but you can play it right now entirely free in your browser via itch.io. Cool. Brew Barons. One of my favorite all-time games is the long unavailable Attack on Pearl Harbor, an arcade plane combat sim that cruelly vanished about a decade back. So when the Brew Barons immediately reminded me of it, I want it. The game sounds splendidly bonkers. It's about brewing and then attempting to deliver booze to pubs while overthrowing a pirate organization and having some dogfighting antics in the air. Can't wait. Rogue Command. Classic RTS game, but it's also a roguelite deck builder. I love the look of the art here, a bit like a slightly more developed Darwinia with a squillion units on screen at once. There's deck-based attacks, the ever-looming threat of the whole thing ending in failure. It's Roguey Desire. Cool. Mayhem on Rainbow. I'm rather taken with the plot here. A VR metaverse game. Haven has developed a virus causing the NPCs to turn on players and the game being shut down by its creators. You remain trying to find the source of the virus in a very silly looking first person shooter chopper. Also, you know, it's called Mayhem on a Rainbow. Yeah. Research story. If you'd asked me 10 years ago, so what do you think will have replaced all these zombie games in a decade? My answer wouldn't have been farming because I am no soothsayer. Research story fits right into that category. A very cute looking Harvest Moon me do about identifying plants, growing crops, making friends, and taming animals. Yes, very Harvest Moon then. Doomsday Paradise. That looks wild. Developer, Lemonade Flashbang. What a name. What are your plans for the apocalypse? If your immediate answer is party, then I have a game for you. Doomsday Paradise describes itself as a multiplayer RPG, which can be played as you best prefer. You can team up, compete, or remove combat altogether as you and chums put off saving to the world to have a good time. Okay, so to speak. The idea of learning Japanese terrifies me. Firstly, because I'm abysmal at all languages. Me too. But for the one I happen to be born around, and secondly, because I can't even see a starting point. But look at, so to speak, it's a game about deciphering Japanese by using context clues. Excuse me. Listening to people and piecing things together like a puzzle, which has me intrigued. Spells and secrets. Looks like the wizarding game Warner has been trying and failing to make for the last decade. What would the name of that one be? Hogwarts Legacy. Oh, yeah. A couch co-op spellcasting action adventure in which you have to save a wizarding school, here Griffinstein, from an infestation of magical creatures. Looks like if the Greatest Sims add-on pack ever came out. Okay. We're not going to watch all of these right now, but I will throw this in chat. That way you guys can take a look at some of these. We love indie devs, right? Indie devs basically are like what's holding up, as far as I'm concerned, the core of everything good about what is within the gaming industry right now. What is good and wholesome about the gaming industry right now is maintained by indie devs, for the most part. So support the indie devs, man. We might take a look at a few of these in between the ending the news segment and starting up our Planescape tournament playthrough, okay? Itch.io's abortion funds bundle offers hundreds of games for just $10. I went over this yesterday. I'm not going to deep dive back into this. Just know that this is a bundle of, it says 750 indie games. About close to 400 of them are actually video games. The other are the majority of the rest of them are digital copies of physical of like desktop board game things, physical games. And then there's like soundtracks, comics, books, and other stuff in there, okay? The bundle, see, as you can see, you can go games, physical games, right? And then there's like soundtracks, tools, comics, books, miscellaneous stuff in there. But actual games, there's 341. So not quite 400, but still quite a bit. $10, you get all this content, okay? As far as I'm concerned, this is a very good thing to support. And I will continue to promote it as long as it is going to be available. So far, there's been a over $136,000 raised towards the goal of $200,000. You can spend as much as you want to contribute, but you can get all the content by only paying $10. Okay. In light of the U.S. Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe versus Wade and threaten and remove access to abortions, creators from all across itch.io have contributed projects to this solidarity bundle. All right, 100% of the proceeds from this bundle go to the National Network for Abortion Funds Collective Power Fund, which moves money directly to abortion funds across 20 plus U.S. states, with a particular focus on the South and Midwest, where it is often most difficult to get access to abortions. If you're interested, okay, in helping out, here it is. There's the link to that and the actual initial article that we came across, we read yesterday as well. So there's that stuff. Nintendo is the Apple of gaming. Nintendo Switch users react to premium prices of older exclusives. That's the way Nintendo does, dude. They've always been like that, man. The Nintendo Switch is a unique console that has a tremendous amount of popularity. Given its hybrid nature, players can seamlessly switch between smaller handheld capabilities and a larger screen. Can also enjoy famous titles like the different Pokemon and Zelda games, which are exclusive to the platform. Unfortunately for buyers, Nintendo doesn't seem too keen to reduce the price of older games, which makes them less affordable. Yeah. This is a Reddit post. Nintendo is the Apple of gaming. They've convinced people to pay premium prices and be happy about it. Yeah. I mean, we've talked about this a lot, though. Like, the two other major consoles being Xbox and PlayStation, right? Quite often you'll see them compete with their more notable titles that come out. They'll be full price for about 2 months, and then they'll go on sale, right? Nintendo is kind of in its own little niche console world, as it were. Even though it competes with PlayStation and Xbox as one of the largest consoles, it's different in what it provides customers. And they've always been able to do this, right? They have Zelda and Mario, and they've got these other titles that are very popular and you can't get on any other platform, and therefore they like even Mario Kart and Smash Bros and stuff like that. These are games that'll come out and they will still be sold for full price half a decade into a decade later, and people will pay it. I always tell people, like, there'll be about 3 to 4 times a year where you'll be able to get sales on those titles. You just have to look for them. Unfortunately for Nintendo Switch owners, it's not the case. Even with titles that were released nearly 5 years ago, naturally, those who use Nintendo consoles are unhappy, as they believe there should be some justification regarding the prices of older titles, even if they're exclusives. Look, again, until people quit paying full price for them 5 years after they've been released, they're not going to reduce the prices. If they know that they can continue to sell them and people are going to continue to buy them at those prices, they will continue to sell them for those prices. So we talk about this in the gaming industry all the time. The main post was made by Reddit user Longer No Human, who compared the prices of 6 exclusives of the PS4 and the Nintendo Switch. While the combined price of the 6 PS4 titles came to $110, 6 of them cost a player $340 on Switch. With both sets of games released around the same time, the pricing of the Nintendo exclusives does seem unreasonable. Yeah, look, I mean, here we go. Mario Odyssey, Breath of the Wild, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Splatoon, Smash Bros., and Pokemon, right? While the console has loyal supporters, many have found severe problems with the pricing model Nintendo follows. One hardcore fan stated the games have value, but the pricing model is very bad. Users also mentioned the poor discounts given during the sales and added the base price of those games makes no sense. The problem with Nintendo goes way beyond the base prices of older games, as one player stated how things like PlayStation giving free games and the former subscription service makes it worse. For one fan, the company has become incredibly anti-consumer with its practices in and out of the sphere of gaming. Emulation has been a problem Nintendo is fighting against, and some users think these kinds of poor practices is the biggest reason for the console getting hacked. Emulation is a problem for all developers, console, game studios, developers, what have you. Emulation is a problem for all. Unlike Xbox and PlayStation, Nintendo doesn't have a service like PS Plus or the Game Pass. Basically means the players have to buy individual games on the Switch, which costs them more in comparison. One fan believes prices aren't reduced because even the older games and their add-ons keep selling. Exactly. That's exactly what I was just talking about. If they continue to sell, why would Nintendo drop prices? That makes no sense to them. If consumers continue to buy at that price level, why would they drop it? It doesn't make any sense for that business until gamers come together and go, yo, we got to stop, or else they're just going to keep doing it. They're going to keep doing it. The higher pricing has resulted in a gamer buying selectively on the Switch and having way more titles on PlayStation. One gamer referred to the fact that physical copies of the games keep rising in price, so people just buy and store them. Many fans also believe the higher prices were because the games didn't lose value. Whichever the case, the PlayStation and Xbox consoles are much more economical regarding gaming options. It remains to be seen if that becomes a factor in the years as the console wars spice up further. We talk about this kind of thing a lot, and Nintendo definitely, I mean, you know, they've got their own kind of thing going here in regards to it where they're not necessarily increasing prices. They just don't have to drop. Give me 1 second, guys. All right, apologies. Look, again, I mean, whether it be a matter of Nintendo continuing to sell their half-decade-old games at full price, you know what I mean, or PlayStation and Xbox selling their new titles, increasing the pricing of their new titles, even if they do reduce the price of them fairly quickly, making new games come out at $70 a pop instead of 60, whatever, until gamers start, consumers, us as gamers start going, we're not going to pay this anymore. Until these companies start seeing that we're not going to do it, we're not going to pay it, right? They're going to keep resorting to those methods. That's all there is to it. People can complain about it all they want, but as long as they continue to make money that way, they're going to keep resorting to those methods. There's nothing more to this topic or this issue. I'm a shopper, man. With anything I buy, games, tech, furniture, I don't care. Art, I don't know, man. Anything. I'm always looking for a deal. I call me frugal or cheap or whatever, but until people start, consumers, gamers, we just start taking a stand and go, 70's too much for a game, especially when you're going to release it and then you're going to want microtransactions and then you're going to want DLC content paid for too. No way, 70's too much. Till people go, I'm not paying that, and they see that, it won't change. Till people go, why is this still $60 5 years later? you know, and we quit buying it unless it's on sale for 30, 35, or what have you, whatever, it's not going to change. It just won't, guys. It just won't. Last article I have up for the morning. If anybody has anything else to add, throw it in here, okay? And we'll address. All right. We might look at a few of these videos of some of these indie games before we, while in our transition from the news segment into the gaming today for Planescape Torment. We might be finishing Planescape today, but I thought we might finish it yesterday. We had some issues with electrical outages because it was storming pretty badly. So I apologize for that, but I think we might be getting it finished today. Anyways, this will be the last article. If you have anything to add, let me know in chat and I'll address. Otherwise, this will be it for the news segment for July 5th. All right. Eye tracking firm confirms Sony has licensed its tech for the PSVR 2. Players will likely be able to control game elements using just eye movement. Cool. According to manufacturer Tobii, the self-proclaimed global leader in eye tracking and pioneer of attention computing, which announced on Friday that its tech will be featured in the PlayStation 5 VR headset. PlayStation VR 2 establishes a new baseline for immersive virtual reality entertainment and will enable millions of users across the world to experience the power of eye tracking, said Anand Srivatsa, Tobii CEO, in a statement. Quote, our partnership with Sony Interactive Entertainment is continued validation of Tobii's world-leading technology capabilities to deliver cutting-edge solutions at mass market scale. The company will receive upfront revenue as part of the deal starting in 2022. Tobii sells eye and head tracking cameras at a RRP of $230 US. The camera uses a custom infrared optical sensor to track users' eye movements with support in over 50 games, including Far Cry 6 and Flight Simulator. Supported games can then be controlled using eye movement for functions such as aiming and selecting items, with visuals even able to come in and out of focus based on where the player is looking. Tobii also makes a PC application that tracks head movement only in compatible gaming laptops, allowing users to steer in-game cameras. During its specs announcement earlier this year, Sony confirmed its intention to include eye tracking in PSVR 2 and even detailed what the feature would do. Quote, with eye tracking, PSVR 2 detects the motion of your eyes, so a simple look in a specific direction can create an additional input for the game character, it said. That's cool. Quote, this allows players to interact more intuitively in new and lifelike ways, allowing for a heightened emotional response and enhanced expression that provide a new level of realism in game. That's pretty sick. SIE also confirmed the new headset will support foveated rendering, which is a rendering technique that uses an eye tracker to essentially improve the graphical quality of VR software. By reducing the image quality in the peripheral vision of the user, the new headset still does not have an official release window, but Sony recently claimed that it will have more than 20 games ready for the launch of PlayStation VR 2. Nice, man. Cool. PlayStation's original VR headset did pretty well. I never used it, but I saw some quite a bit about usage of it, and it seemed like a pretty solid console VR headset, especially for their first iteration or try at that kind of hardware, you know? Cool. Thank you to everybody that was part of this news segment. Everybody that's always part of this community. Shout out to Syke and Wick, my dudes, for the continued support of the channel, the subs. Thank you guys very, very much. Let's see. We'll be moving on to our gaming segment, playing some day 12 of Planescape Torment. If you are not watching this live, if you're catching this as a VOD on YouTube, see what you can do about coming and hanging out with us at 6 a.m. CST every single day, where we start off every stream with video gaming news, okay? If you're enjoying the content, consider hitting that like and subscribe button. Consider leaving me a comment also, so we can have a bit of a discussion regarding some of these topics we went over today, okay? Other than that, everybody just stay healthy, stay safe, be kind to one another, and we'll catch everybody tomorrow for July 6th edition of Video Gaming News. All right?